PGA Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans is about to start. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Now, thank you so much, Luke. I am so happy that I have been put with these two players because they've been going back and forth at each other on social media leading up to this event. They seem to really have something to prove, a bone to pick with each other, and it'll all be settled out on the golf course today.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, can't they? While it might remind you of Happy Gilmore's caddy, this player is one to beat. And good luck in this rivalry because you're going to need it. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. He's currently tied for fifth. Rich, if you missed a birdie opportunity at the first, you've certainly got one here at the second.
Yeah, it's par 5. It's pretty much just straight away. You got to avoid those bunkers down the left-hand side. For those players laying up, you got to lay it up shy of the big bunker down the right-hand side. This green sits ever so slightly above the fairway, and again, they're just not that big of targets. It really is a cool golf course designed by Pete Dye.
And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Firm back up the hill. This will be a good one.
How good would that have been if it had dropped? And stepping up the standings after that effort. The third hole is a long par 3 measuring 230 yards.
Be careful of the wind here. You can't always feel it as those trees on the left sometimes block it out. Missing it right is an obvious no-no, but missing it left is no guarantee of an up and down either. The green slopes away pretty severely over there.
And now this player sits in second behind the leader, Lydia Ko. We've arrived at a par 4. Oh my, that was launched. There have been a lot of players that have come out and people are quick to label them as prodigious talents and what they can do, but it's true about Lydia Ko that she is one of the game's prodigies.
Luke, when you say prodigy, I think Lydia Ko's name should just be, instead of prodigy, just say, look at Lydia Ko. Because this young lady has seemingly done it all at 14 years young. 14, won a professional event. The youngest men or women to ever win a tournament that early. That is astounding. 18 years old, major champion with the final round 63. It's mind-blowing how good this young lady was at such an early age. Yes, had a little lull there for a little bit, but now come back out and has just taken the world by storm again. 17 wins already and building in her professional career. The sky is the limit for Lydia.
A chance to move deeper under the card. This putt's for 4 under. That's very impressive.
I haven't seen a putting display like this since I was 5 years old.
The 6 is a tremendous par 4. Plenty of golf hole, this one.
Water all the way down the left-hand side, so that's going to shove your tee shot out to the right, which will make that second shot so much longer. Not much to the screen. It's fairly flat, but finding it in 2, well, that's a tall order.
Yeah, well played. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Just got to use the touch of a feather. Barely has to blow on it. This is just downhill.
That'll help your scorecard. Well hold. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. The 7th provides a great opportunity if you can get a good driveway. This par 5's a lovely hole.
There are 2 menacing bunkers on this hole. The far one, the one right in the middle of the fairway, it looks like a zit from the back tee box. That is not the place to be. Needs a little ground help to the left.
Left yourself an opportunity. This putt is about 15 feet to the hole. Go on, get in the hole. Oh, birdie with big wings. Great putt. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. The 8th is a short par 4, Rich, and modern players are starting to try to drive this green.
They are, although I don't quite see it that way. It's such an easy second shot. If you just lay it up short of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, you're not going to have much more than a flip sand wedge, gap wedge maybe, to a green that once again has a lot of movement to it.
This one's for birdie. Good looking putt. And that putt will drop and he'll extend his lead. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Oh, he's trying to silence the young buck, Will Zalatoris, with that one. Really putting his cards out on the table. Brilliant stuff.
Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
Here we are, Rich, a wonderful opportunity on the table. The chance to go back-to-back. Just how big would that be?
Obviously massive, but I'm very impressed. They've put themselves in a position to win for the second week in a row. Impressive.
The par 5 11th, very gettable if, Rich, you can avoid that monster tree about 100 yards out.
Exactly. Tee shots, once again, you're throwing it between a couple of bunkers, but the second shot, there's a tree about 75 yards short of this green, and you've got to figure out a way around it. Do you draw it around it? Do you hit a fade around it? What do you do? No easy task for any of these players. Green sits above the player just a little bit, and again, has a lot of movement on it.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. Well, the 12th is certainly one of the stronger holes on the back 9. This par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
You want to try and hug the left-hand side as best you can to shorten up the hole as much as you can, but still avoid that bunker if at all possible. Second shot, the green up there sits a little bit caddy cornered to the players, so working the golf ball in there for left to right for your second shot would be the play.
This putt is about 16 feet. Looking really good, this one. Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. Rich, the 13th is a short par 4, but a really good one, depending on how much you want to take off.
There's really no real reason to go right at the green, Luke, with a tee shot, even if you have the power to get there, because you just can't stop it on the green. If anything, you want to hit it out to the right, where your next shot is going straight up the green. This is a very flat green, but is perched well above the fairway. It's a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more. Going with the hybrid. That was wonderfully done. And he's down there. You got a read?
Setting up this putt 16 feet from the cup.
That was a gallant attempt. That hole's done. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. The 15th is certainly no cakewalk either. A par 4 measuring just under 500 yards.
This is the time where you need to have the best drive of the day. Take it out to the right, avoid the bunkers down the left-hand side. And the green, once again, it's got some movement into a high spot in the front, a low area, and then a high area in the back. When the pin's all the way back, good luck making 4.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. That's going to find the water, sadly. Getting ready to play their third.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
A chance to save the par if he can make this one. Yep, he'll take that. Sitting at -14 now for the round.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Opting for the 5-iron. This one looks just a fraction too long to me. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me.
This for par.
Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Well, this is when the adrenaline really starts to kick in. Leading the tournament with the final hole to play. Good luck. Taking aim from around 240 yards out here. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. Yep, that shot safely on the green. And he can win the event here if he can hold this putt.